Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sweet Star Candle YouTube channel, and today I want to share with you all of my favorite supplies for 2025 for candle, wax melt, and soap making. So my first supply is a pretty obvious one, but it is a essential. I love my metal pitchers. I have this one which is smaller, perfect for batches of one, and if you have multiple colors you can spread them across multiple pitchers. Another favorite pitcher I have is this larger one. I've used this one in all of my soap videos and it just holds so much volume. These are perfect because it is heat resistant and easy to clean, whether you're doing it with a heat gun and paper towels or soap and water. So my next supply is not really a supply, but it makes life a lot easier. So this table is from Uline, however it was extremely expensive, so I found some off Amazon. Metal tablers are great because they can have wax and soap fall on them and they're easy to clean. And a heat gun can also be used on it, which I've used several times, especially after making large batches of candles. Next are spoons, both plastic and metal. These are great for mixing fragrance oil with wax or soap. Metal is once again great for cleaning off with a heat gun, and these mixing ones I use are great because they are long in length and can reach all surfaces without me getting burned on the metal pitcher. Next up, I know I've mentioned my love for this product more than one time, but it is an electric hot plate. It just makes everything so much easier. You just set it to a low temperature since it's meant for cooking. Then you add your pitcher of wax or soap base and just wait for it to melt. I especially like it because I can control the temperature really easily. If wax or soap cools down too much, I can just add it right back onto the electric hot plate. It is also great for small batches when you don't want to add a lot of wax. Since I use this large wax warmer when making candles and wax melts, this allows me to make one at a time, which I have done in a lot of videos. Next up is silicone molds. This is kind of a broad category, but it allows for a lot of creativity when making products across a large range of mediums. For example, this cloud mold I've used for my Breezy Bunny candle, wax melt, and soap. You can just look up silicone molds, but I'll have some ones that I like and use often down below, as well as some cute ones I found that I think would be great in wax or soap products. Next up is a carpet. I have a black one here, but you can really use any that you have that you don't mind to get dirty. I got this one since sometimes wax would pour off the table onto the floor, so it just protects your floors in case something falls or if you drop a pitcher, stuff like that. Next up is a heat gun, probably my favorite item on this list. I mentioned earlier it's perfect for cleaning stuff off, but it's also more importantly great for smoothing out candle tops and soap. I also have a video linked down below where I show how I use the heat gun to clean off like pitchers and spoons. I have that video linked down below. Next up is a fragrance oil bottle stopper. I don't see these too often, but it is extremely handy. So these are little stoppers you would see on squirt bottles, and you just screw them right on top of the fragrance oil after you take off the lid. And the fragrance bottle afterward is super easy to pour exact amounts of fragrance oil into your measuring cup. And even if I order like a big jug of fragrance oil, I'll just use a funnel and get the liquid into my bottle, put the little funnel on, and it's perfect. So speaking of measuring cups, I love fragrance oil glasses. These are great since they are reusable, and fragrance oils don't affect them as much as they do plastic or paper. So I can just pour my fragrance oil in, use it, and then afterwards just wipe down with isopropyl alcohol, and you're good for next time. The next two I'm just going to mention all at once since most people use them already, a scale and gloves. I often don't use the latter, but you definitely should, especially if you are a new maker. Next up is a notebook. You likely have one lying around, just waiting to be used. These are great to store recipes, and if you're doing your testing process, these are great. You can store it right under your table, and then you can have an easy place to refer back to your recipes. So my final two products are in the same vein. They're not essentials, but they make life a lot easier. The first one is a walled shelf. This is great for big batches of wax or melt and pour soap. You can essentially pour straight from the shelf into your pitcher. This method works with small melters too, like a Presto pot. It just makes life a lot easier because you can pour without putting it at the edge of the table and risk stuff falling. And finally, a large product shelf. My shelf is pretty bare right now since I've got product packed for an upcoming craft show, but these are great because they can have a lot of weight on them and you can add more shelves or bins to organize products. I believe I got this shelf from Home Depot, but I will find one from Amazon and have it linked down below. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope it was very beneficial for you. If you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments below and let me know if you would like a version of this going over everything I bring to craft shows. I'll have everything I mentioned linked in the description. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next week.